Good morning, gang. Happy Friday. What's up? What's up? Real quick, double checking. I don't think we have any news today. We just have a couple of like Fed speaker things going on and a trophy presentation, but no news. We do have OPEX today and triple witching. So no news Friday, triple witching OPEX. Might be a funky day. Price action might not play by the rules, so trade safe today. How do you find your account password from Lucid? Go to your dashboard. Let me pull mine up and tell you exactly where it is. So if you go to your account summary, on the top it says show credentials, and you'll be able to see your platform credentials there for NinjaTrader or whatever platform you chose. Dashboard, account summary, show credentials. Good morning, good morning. All right, so we got our overnight levels marked off. I don't have Asia marked, I think. So we're below Asia. Asia high is up here. I usually just try to mark the levels for the outliers because I'm looking for liquidity sweeps. So Asia low doesn't really matter right now since we're kind of at it right now. But we have London low right at previous day low. I don't really love the idea of a sweep there because London already swept the previous day low. So I feel like if it goes all the way down there again, we're probably going to have a pretty down day. So if this is going to be a bullish day, I'm thinking value area low around 24,400 would be the lowest I would like to see. And really getting back above VWAP at 24,519-ish would make me feel more confident about it. So today, I don't really have a super clear bias, to be honest. I like that we bounced off of previous day low and we've had a pretty strong buy up. It looks like that level's being defended. But, I mean, it's still below a lot of resistance levels. So I do have an anchored VWAP at this low. If we start to show weakness and close below that, might be an opportunity for shorts. Or, I mean, it's starting to make a move above VWAP right now. So we'll see what happens. Not seeing a whole lot I like on gold. Kind of rangy. These arrows were my game plan. And actually, I took a long based on that green arrow last night and made some money. That's the one that I shared in Discord. But it held this support level. So I went long. And it's still holding above support. So it could go up. But nothing that's like super clear to me. So we'll watch and see. Did I take anything overnight? Yeah. Giant wave. Sorry. I'm trying to read what your name is. I took a gold trade. I actually shared it in Discord. If you're not in Discord, there's a link in the description. Check it out. But I took this long, actually based off the strategy in the video that I shared yesterday. I posted yesterday. But this was the 9 p.m. open. Opened up bullish, threw the fib on there, the fib and VWAP lined up, so that's where I took a long. That was last night. So VWAP, I anchor it at the session open. So that's like the daily VWAP at the 6 p.m. open. And then definitely at the New York Open at 9:30. And then every once in a while, I'll anchor it at the swing high and swing low just to kind of watch like a momentum shift. So in this case, we bounced off of that previous day low and we're grinding up. But if it starts to close below this VWAP, to me, that would just be a sign of a momentum shift. I don't always anchor it at the high and the low, though. That's more just if I'm watching for like a trend shift. How do you anchor it in TradingView? Over here on the left, I have it saved on my favorites toolbar, so I have to find it. Right here on the forecasting tools. Click on anchored VWAP, and then I zoom into the 1 minute chart just to get like as granular as possible and find that one candle like right at the 9:30 open or right at the low. So click on that and then click on whatever candle you want to anchor it to, and it anchors it. Hope I had a good 30th birthday. Thank you. I had a good 30th birthday a few years ago. Just a couple years ago. All right, we got market open in about 30 seconds. How are y'all's ducks doing? Are they starting to feel fatigue? I mean, they've raced 5 days in a row. They're about due for a rest day here. We got one more duck race today. I told you guys we're going to celebrate my birthday week with giveaways every day. I think I'll do Tradeify today since I did Lucid a couple days in a row. I did both yesterday. But we'll do that later. Let's do some trading. Your wife celebrated her 37th birthday for about 25 years. I love it. 37's a good age. Late 30s was a good time. Because then you felt like mature, you know, like I'm not a kid anymore, but you're still in your prime. Like you're not in your 40s yet. All right. Watching to see here. Starting to break below that VWAP. Let's see if it bounces. I'm watching value area low at like 24,400-ish. If we're going to have longs today, that's kind of the line in the sand for me. Full port Friday. Oh, G-Man ate his duck. He's like, I'm fed up with you. You're more delicious in my tummy. Oh, that's hilarious. It's trying to hold that value area low. Ach, low, happy birthday to you. Happy early birthday. March is a good month. It's my birthday, my husband's birthday, and my anniversary. So we just celebrate all month. I anchored the VWAP, this one right here, at the low of the day. Well, maybe I should have taken a short when it broke below that VWAP. We're not getting a ton of continuation down, though. I'm still watching to see if it holds this level. Staying patient. Like I posted in Discord, today is kind of a funky day. Oh, and happy birthday, Jordan. Oh my goodness. All kinds of stuff going on in March. See, I told you, March is a good month. Tevlogs, Shanti Trades, thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Using code Krista at Lucid. Where are we headed, NQ? What you gonna do? How did I know it would swing down to the 24,400 level? I didn't know. That was just... I didn't know if it was going to go up or down at the market open. I was just saying that's kind of the line in the sand for me for longs. If it goes much below that, it's looking pretty weak. But this is value area low from yesterday's session, 24,405. And then it's also the bottom of a high volume node that I have. I mark those on like the hourly or the 4-hour time frame. And then of course just a, round psychological number at 400. I do. I haven't done one in a while, so check out some of my older ones. But I have a playlist, it's called My Future Trading Strategy or something like that, and check out Session Volume Profile. I also have one on, I think it's called like Sunday Weekly Prep or something. But I walk through all the different levels that I mark off. So value area low, value area high, and point of control are all from Session Volume Profile. Yeah, previous day low and London low are together, so that would be a decent liquidity sweep. The thing that makes me nervous about that, though, is we had previous day low, and London came down and swept it. So a sweep again, it It just might not be as good of a bounce, and I would think that we ultimately would go lower. Could be wrong, obviously. But if I take a liquidity sweep trade off of this, I'm going to trail my stop fast because it could go lower. And I wouldn't be expecting it to like go to the moon from there. It's just my thought. Still heading lower. Definitely not looking like it wants to hold above that value area low. Oh, we got 149 viewers, 42 likes. Let's get those likes up, friends. Looks like the sell-off is overdone. Yeah, I would like to think so, but I think I've been burned with that thinking too much, where I'm like, oh, it's overextended. Like we've sold off a bunch, so we've got to bounce, or we've been moving up too much, so we're going to pull back. And then I end up getting burned on that. So I always try to remind myself, like, it can go a lot lower than you think, or it can go a lot higher than you think. Does the VWAP fib strategy work for NQ? I honestly don't have the data for that, so I can't tell you. I trade differently. I trade NQ during the New York session, and I trade differently with it. So I haven't really back tested it. We have about 5 minutes until our 15-minute opening range is set. We're sitting below the New York anchored VWAP. Let's see if we break above it. I'm watching for a long, you guys. I might take one here in a second. We had that big sell-off, but we're not getting continuation down. Watching for an increase in volume to the upside for buyers to show up, break that New York anchored VWAP. All right, I entered at 419.25. Ticking along, 419.25. I only took 3 contracts, you guys. Like half my normal risk. I've had a decent week with payouts and didn't sleep a whole lot last night. And then also all the OPEX and that kind of stuff that I was telling you about. I'm tired. I don't want it to turn into F it up Friday. Just being real with you guys. I'm just catching up on the chat. Verisat is long. G-Man thinks we're going up. Sweet. I got some G-Man and Verisat confluence. Let's go. Someone else said they're long too. Seriously, Verisat? 382? 382 is where you got in? My goodness. Can I buy a little bit of your magic 8-ball juice? What in the world? You're a magician. Alright, I got my stop loss at $3.99. I'm going to trail it up here in a little bit. Okay. So, targets. We have our 15-minute opening range high right here. It's not officially 15 minutes yet. We're at like 13 minutes, but 491, so we can watch and see if it rejects there or if this bad boy just keeps skyrocketing. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, triple witching, OPEX, all the things. Thanks, Take No Marvel. Good guess on my age. I'm really close. Really close. Alright. Moved my stop loss to break even. Alright, let's move back to the charts. We got our 15-minute high is officially in. Let's see if it breaks to the upside. 15-minute low. We do have VWAP right overhead too. So we have that 15-minute opening range high and VWAP. A little bit of resistance. 24,500-ish. Gotta get some volume and momentum to break through that bad boy. If it does, let's look at some longer targets. Where are we headed? Oh, is it going to come down and hit my stop loss? Might not even need to worry about targets. Yup. All right. No continuation on that one. That is why I wanted to move my stop loss to break even, because I was thinking it would be that kind of day. Yeah, small green. I think I made like $12 on that one. That's all good. It's back at value area low. We also have this New York anchored VWAP. My support level here. Would not be opposed to trying again if it shows it's going to hold here. And potentially give it room down to almost the bottom of the range. and targeting up there, something like that. Let's see, is it gonna hold? Come on. What are we gonna do? Looking to retry an entry. Still holding the support level. We're just not getting that continuation yet. Buyers are still out on their morning coffee break. They haven't shown up yet. If I enter here, stop loss down there maybe. I haven't re-entered yet. I'm just watching to see. Yeah, that's right, Cheechmas. That's where the buyers are. Well, now it's not looking so hot. Okay. Let's see where this candle closes. Is it gonna bounce off the bottom of the range here and get bought back up? Or are we going down? Down it is. No, I feel you, G-Man. I was looking for a long there too. Let's see what happens at this previous day low. We have this recent liquidity for the last couple days. If it doesn't bounce there, man, we could be going a lot lower. So, scenarios I'm watching for at this point, if we end up going straight down to this London low, previous day low level, I would look for a liquidity sweep and possible long if we get the confirmation I would want. Or if it comes back up and retests this New York anchored VWAP, which right now is sitting around 410, we could look for a short and continuation down. Just a matter of which one happens first. Yeah, London low, previous day low, right near the same level, which could be kind of a double liquidity sweep type of play. Still staying patient. See what kind of levels it gets to. In other news, though, gold is dumping. My goodness. It's making a new low for the day. And just continuing down. Dang. All right, we're getting a little bounce here on NQ. So one of my trade setups that I really like is a 15-minute opening range low breakout and then retest of the New York anchored VWAP and then continuation down. So we can look for that possibility if it goes up first. It might not. It might just dump from here. Heading down. Stay patient, you guys. It doesn't necessarily have to bounce right here. Sometimes a liquidity grab bounces like right in this general area. Sometimes it wicks down another 30 or 40 points before getting bought back up. Because I do have a pretty decent support zone down here. I like 24,300-ish. Yeah, Czar Trader. I don't love the 15-minute orb strategy that people suggest where you just take a short on the first break or a long on the first break. More often than not, I get stopped out on those. That's why I prefer to wait for a retest. And that sometimes means I miss the trade, like today, but that's okay. I would rather miss it than take a loss. No signs of a bounce yet. I don't use the 5-minute orb. It's a little aggressive for me. I feel like it's still kind of wicky during the 5 minutes. All right. Hit that 24,300 level and continuing to drop. Everything's dumping. Gold, NQ, ES. Let's see if it finds support. Buenos dias. Looking pretty droopy, guys. Well, it didn't bounce at the London low. Didn't bounce at that 300 level I was watching. Now it's kind of just hovering here. We'll see if it finds a bottom and gives us confirmation to enter longs, or if it gives us a little retrace back up to like 380-ish, and we can look for a short from there. I have no idea if it would work on Forex. I've never traded Forex, and I have never tried it on crypto. So it's a good question. It's something that if you want, you can backtest it and see if it works. But I don't have the answer to that. The only thing I've traded it on is futures gold. Kind of went to the bottom of my high volume node and finding a little bounce-ish. Nothing that I would feel super confident about taking a long on. So confirmation would be starting to make a like higher high, higher lows confirmed by volume. So I would like to see like a bullish 5-minute candle with volume. We're not really seeing that yet. And then what I might look for, this is kind of the safer play for me. I've been burned way too many times trying to catch a falling knife. So I either look for like a strong, aggressive buy up off of a key level, like liquidity sweep kind of level. Higher time frame support level, which is where we're at right now. I don't find that liquidity sweeps happen as often. At these kind of levels, it's more of like a consolidation and then move up. Obviously, every trade is different, but just generalizing it. So in this case, I think what I would look for is a reclaim of previous day low and then maybe a retest and then take a long on that retest, something like that. At this point, though, I'd rather look for a short opportunity. How low do I think we're going? We have this liquidity here at 24,215. That would be a decent target for like if you're in a short or find a spot to enter a short. That's the most recent low looking left. Depends on how bearish we get, though. I mean, you can zoom out to the 4-hour and see levels even lower. But that would be the first spot I would target, around 215, 200-ish. Assuming this thing stays bearish. All right, let's see what happened at this anchored VWAP level at 372. That's also the 15-minute opening range low. After watching how price bounced off of that level, I don't think I would take longs. At least not with what I'm seeing right now. Because that example that I gave of like a reclaim of previous day low is 323. VWAP is right overhead at 367. So we would be longing right into resistance. Unless a shift in momentum shows up and we get like obvious buying. Definitely no obvious buying right now. Dang. It didn't even come back up to that anchor view up. Poor gold. I know. It's just dumping. I'm going to try a small long here. See if we can get back up to that anchor view up. $491, $291 is where I started. I'm going to kill it before it hits that stop loss if it starts going back down. This was really just a momentum idea. But it's not continuing. All right, I'm out. Do I think this is the start of the war dump? I don't know. Don't know much about all the politics and how it affects the market and like that kind of stuff. Looks like it's just going to go down from here. I was kind of hoping for it to bounce up a little bit and give us a good short entry. Feeling the FOMO on gold. Jeez. That's dropping hard. So this is that level that when I zoomed out to the hourly, there's a recent wick around 215. We can watch for a possible liquidity grab there. But this is just a heavy day. Just gonna keep going down. The next like higher time frame bounce level I have 24,850-ish. Buyers are non-existent today. Oh, we're getting a little something here. Oh my goodness, gold. Gold woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. This is... I don't think that's previous day low. Oh, it is. Dang. Could bounce down at previous day low, and then this is a bigger support level I have at like 4,400. But that's a big drop during the New York session. $13 until our initial balance is set. Let's see what happens. This might be the bottom. I don't know. We're only on the 5-minute chart. And even this 5-minute candle isn't looking super strong. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to maybe grab this liquidity here at 24,215. So that would be the next long possibility. Obviously, we're catching a downward trend here. It would be against the trend. But if it breaks below that and then we have like a strong, aggressive candle with momentum to the upside, that's the kind of thing I look for in liquidity sweeps. Then I would be open to a long. You know, it would be an interesting setup, you guys, is if it chops here for the next 10 minutes and this ends up being our initial balance low. Then it would be kind of a double liquidity grab, you know? That would make it even better, in my opinion. What is our range at today? So far, 249 points. Pretty big initial balance. Now what the market is trying to do is put us to sleep. And then the big move is going to happen. Either more dumping or liquidity sweep, find a bottom, bounce. Whatever happens is putting us to sleep first. Yeah, I'm feeling more and more, I don't want to say confident, but more and more I like the idea of this being our initial balance low. And maybe we chop around here and for a little bit, kind of create some more liquidity, and then come down, grab IB low and that, and then get like a big aggressive buy up out of that. Follow that by a green candle. Like that. And then tick along somewhere in here. Let's go. Come on, NQ. Let's work together here. Can you listen to me? You like that plan? Is that a good plan? Yeah, possibly. Ochlo. Wow. There is no stopping this drop, you guys. Dang. Is anyone in the chat in a short on gold right now? Your short would stop it? I know. I should probably not even let myself watch. Because it makes me sad. But I've learned not to FOMO into it. At least I've learned that lesson. It just makes my heart hurt. All right, Eduardo's profiting from it for us. Still chopping here. 3 minutes until that IB is officially at that level. All right, gang. We got 97 likes, 173 people watching. Let's get that like number up. If everyone goes and hits it, we might even hit 200 potentially because, you know, people come and go. That would be a record if we hit 200 likes. That'd be sweet. All right. I am going to go ahead and put the form in the chat for our giveaway. We'll do it. We'll give you guys, I don't know, 10 minutes or so to fill it out. All right. There is our Google form. We got a duck race. We're doing a 50K Tradeify select account giveaway. Nice. I asked for likes and I got a new subscriber. Let's go. Still just staying patient, seeing if this trade idea plays out or if anything else comes up. See if my little squiggly line drawing works out. Don't chase today, you guys. So, one thing that I struggled with a lot when I was a new trader was FOMO and just watching every candle. So, on a day like today, where it's just choppy and honestly it's going nowhere right now, if you're on the 1 minute chart, it's really easy to get excited about every candle. Like here, you see that big looking red candle, like, oh, let's short, we're going way down. And now, even right here, we got a couple decent sized green candles on the 1 minute chart, and we're like, oh, we're not going to hit IB low. Maybe it's not going to grab that liquidity. Let's just take a long from here. For me, the biggest thing that has helped when it's choppy in this range is zoom out. The 5 minute, the 15 minute. Like if you zoom out to the 15 minute, you can see that we're not really going anywhere. And I mean, watch, this totally could go up from here. I could be wrong. But at least for me and my strategy, there's no reason to enter along here. Like there's no specific level or confirmation or whatever. That would just be a FOMO trade if you entered long there for my strategy. If it's in your strategy, then ignore me. But the problem with that is, let's say I enter long here and that ends up being the bottom and it goes all the way back up to like IB high or something. What that does is it reinforces bad behavior. Because then you're like, okay, next time I see a big candle like that, I'm just going to FOMO in again because I'm going to win every time. It's reinforcing that. And more often than not, you're going to get caught and blow your account. So I kind of went off on a tangent, but my point in saying that was when price action is choppy like this, get off the 1 minute chart. Zoom out. That helps me a lot with not FOMOing into trades. Obey the squiggles, NQ. I know. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Surfix, you're 100% correct. So the London session is technically still going. So this London low is now here. The reason I had it up there is it basically was like a pre-market low. So I could label that as pre-market low instead of London low. So the reason I label it is just looking for a liquidity sweep. So honestly, at this point, I could just delete it because the reason I put the level there is already over. I don't really need the London low anymore. Yep, there's a couple of indicators that put them all on automatically. There's a couple ways to do it. VWAP short, yeah. Possibly. That was kind of my idea from earlier, except VWAP was a lot higher. It was at the 15-minute opening range low. But yeah, we'll see how it reacts here at 340-ish. And then we could ride it back down to that either IB low or the sweep level at 212. All right. 339-ish is where I have this anchored VWAP. Didn't quite come up to where I would have wanted to enter. Darn it. May have missed it. It rejected previous day low. It didn't come up to my 335 level. Annoying day. All right. Well, coming back down. Maybe those original squiggles will play out. Let's see if it bounces at IB low / this liquidity zone here. But you guys, this has been a downtrend kind of day. And with OPEX and all that stuff, I could see it going lower. So be careful with a long in this zone. It could just keep dumping straight down to like 24K. All right, Coach Set, have a good one. Still just stuck in that range. Zooming back out to the 5-minute because it's not going anywhere. I would imagine this would even be tricky for a scalper to trade. Because it's not even a clean range. It's all over the place. All right, gang, last call for the giveaway form. Go enter in the pinned comment, enter your info, and we'll do a duck race here in about 2 minutes. I'll be right back. What did I miss? Oh, nothing. It didn't go anywhere. Oh. The link, Giant Wave, is in the pinned comment in the chat. I'll grab it again and put it right here for you guys. I know there were a couple people that couldn't find it, so I'll give you guys another second. Oh, it wasn't pinned? My bad. I still have the 100 likes. We'll do a giveaway pin. I meant to replace it. Sorry, guys. Well, now I re-entered it in the chat, so there you go. I am on, so like Tradeovate when I'm trading. I'm on M6. MNQ M6 is the contract. And then as far as trading view, I just trade on MNQ1 exclamation point. And then I have the settings set to automatically roll over. So what was it? 2 days ago at like, I don't know, 5 a.m. or something, it rolled over. How many watching? Right now we have 159. We were at 170 for a while, which I think is a record. All right. Everyone who I left hanging and didn't put the comment in the chat, the pinned comment, everyone got it? All right. Last call. Closed. Let me grab these responses. I'm going to sort them real quick to make sure we don't have any duplicates. All right, gang. Finish off this Friday with a fun little duck race. We're doing a Tradeify Select account giveaway. Yeah, that was my fault. I didn't pin it correctly, but I just re-entered it. All right, guys. Here we go. On your mark. Get set. Go. Friday fun day with a duck race. Let's go. Oh, Suit. Turning on the boosters fast. We still got a minute left in this race. Slow down. Hold your horses. We got Troy headed to a medical emergency up there. Win or your dinner? Is that G-Man? If it's G-Man, that's funny because you have like a little witch costume on. Lewis, how are you guys gonna let an old lady beat you? Lewis knows how to pace it. Oh, Hunter. That was a good move. You got 10 seconds. Who's gonna go? Come on. Adrian? Oh my goodness. You guys aren't finishing the race. Dawn? Leslie? That was close. We had like 10 possibilities at the end there. Alright, gang. Is Leslie in the chat? Leslie, are you here? All right. Cool. We got Leslie. Leslie, send me a message, a DM in Discord or Instagram, wherever, and I'll get you that code for a free Tradeify account. Well, thanks for finishing off a fun week with me, you guys. Celebrating my birthday with me, doing all kinds of races. Pretty good trading week. So, same scenario I was watching for before. I'm going to see what happens at this New York anchored VWAP if we do end up heading up there at 24,333. But I would wait for confirmation of sellers because this is a pretty good little accumulation. And if that happens to be the bottom, then we could definitely go higher and maybe come up to this VWAP at like 430-ish. Or if we end up coming down first and sweeping this area at like 215-ish with an aggressive buy up, I would consider a long. But if it just stays choppy and gross like this here in this range, then I'll be done. So I'm going to go ahead and set an alert at this initial balance low. And then I'll set one here at around 323-ish. If either of those alerts go off, I'll just come back and see what's happening. Lucas, so for future giveaways, I always put a Google form in the chat and you just enter your name and I add everyone's name to a duck. You're not hitting the like button until after the race. The like button from Charles is pending if his duck wins or not. Alright, gang. I'm going to hop off. Go enjoy your weekend. If price action stays like this, then close up the chart, stop trading, and go enjoy your day. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Take care.